What's good, everybody? It's your boy Goat back in the building, back with another one. Subscribe, the like button, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and Goat Mike Kizzy. Follow me on Twitch at MC 855A with his midlife music. The Cash App $ DACIA 14. Big shout out to Octavius, Lakers for Life, Big Dog Status. Shout out to CWE. Shout out to Bad Boys. Shout out to Big Baby Sports Podcast. Was good. Shout out to the whole chat. In if they like. I'm dropping the link right here, right now. Also, shout out to Cuba the Guild. Everybody is pulled up, look like. CWE pulled up. Big Baby Sports Podcast pulled up. Was good. Octavius for Life. Was good, everybody in the chat. Was good. Everybody can hop on whenever they're ready. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Road to 800 is real. Road to 800 is real. Let's get to 800, man. Come on, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. What's good, Spencer? Spencer, you can hop in if you like, brother. Hop on. Big Baby Sports Podcast, you can hop on. Bad Boys, CWE, Cuba the Goat. All you niggas can hop in if y'all like. Cash already pulled up. I roll up.
That was good, good, Mike.
Hey, Cash, man, I feel bad for you, brother.
Why?
Because you lost.
What you mean I lost?
Did you make a bet?
I ain't. Nah, what bet you talking about?
That's what Don said.
You said what?
Don said you made a bet.
Who said that?
Don said you made a bet. You made a bet that the Chiefs were going to go undefeated.
Hell no, I ain't say that. That's cat.
That's what Don said.
Nah, I ain't say that shit.
You're probably trolling, tell you the truth.
Nah, man, I don't even speak on football. I don't even watch football really. The only thing I watch is the Super Bowls, and that's about it. I really don't watch anything else when it comes to football. It's kind of boring to me.
This is that boring.
For me, it's kind of boring. I ain't really interested in that shit. But I am a fan of players. I have favorite players.
CWE.
But that's about it.
CWE. What did I tell you? I don't fucking cap. What's good, Pat Roy?
Yeah. I saw a ticket said. I saw a ticket.
That's my nigga.
Community post. He put up that
Pat Roy.
Somebody's been using his Cash App and shit.
Look, ticket guy.
I don't like.
Guy hacked. I wouldn't just make that up.
I know that.
That's not something I would make up.
He said it. He said it on his page that
I know I'll troll a lot.
And someone's using.
But so should I say, I actually mean it.
Yeah.
It's right here.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Report this fake
I don't like ticket
Cash App.
But I ain't rocking with that.
Scam and who has been stealing.
Yep.
Without joking, ticket shit got hacked.
Yeah. It didn't get hacked. Someone created
an account. Ticket better stop being mean to people, bro. People is ruthless out here.
Yeah, I ain't rocking with that hacking shit like that. I ain't rocking with that.
Cash.
I mean, I like ticket. Yo, you can't hear
Hold
me?
on.
Can't hear
I'm
me?
gonna go out and come back in. I don't think I can hear Cash.
Alright. ACWE, nobody deserves that shit. I don't care how bad somebody is. You never wish bad on nobody unless they killed your family. You know, we ain't rocking with scammers and shit like that. Hell no. That shit ain't cool. Even if you don't like the man, that ain't cool. Yo, go Mike, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I had to go out and come back.
Yo, what's up with that food poisoning? You good now?
I'm 75% back. 75%.
I
It's
never.
like it's like every day better. I'm getting better and better every day, man. I
Yeah,
get
I ain't
about
never had food
25% health
poisoning
every day.
before.
So probably by
What
the
it feel
probably
like?
by tomorrow, I'll probably be back.
What it feel like? I ain't never had that shit before. Your body
I've been
become
drinking
numb
a
or
lot
some
of
shit.
water and shit. I've been chugging water like it ain't nothing.
Hey, you know what they say? Water cleans all. No matter what, no matter what you're going through, just drink your ass some water.
You
Your
still
ass gonna be
there?
feeling better. Even, yeah. I don't know why you
Well,
can't
I done
hear me
lost
for.
sound again. Hold up.
You said you got a link to somebody who's stealing tickets money. I don't know. How you know about that nigga stealing his money? I don't know how you found that out. Shit. Maybe you the one doing it. He said he's the one who took his money. Man, that nigga's capping. Yo, go Mike. I might have to come out and come back in. It might be my mic. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that man got hacked like a motherfucker.
Yeah, man, it's so easy to steal people's identity now. That's why I don't like to put out cash apps and shit because you can easily copy somebody else's. You know, I
Whenever
don't.
somebody, what I always say is,
Huh?
I see my cash up in the private chat. I don't put it on the screen. You said what?
Nah, I said I would never put my cash app on screen because when you let niggas know your cash app, you know, someone can easily just post that shit on Twitter, social media, or whatever, copy your cash app and try to fake it and be like you and try to act like it's you. So, you know, it's kind of
I put it
hard
in the private.
to
I
just
be
put
have
your
my in
cash
the
app out
private
like
chat.
that.
And when you put it,
Yeah.
look, when you put it in the private chat, you don't put it in code. You put it as as a barcode or some
Mm.
shit in the private chat. You don't post it on the screen. Niggas ruthless out here. Like it was a big name got stolen.
Whose name
Somebody
got stolen?
somebody found his real name.
I Yeah, we all know Tigger's real name. He already said his
No,
real
not
name.
Ricky.
Is
Somebody found Avery Bang real name.
Oh yeah, I heard on his stream, you know, him and Lamont and some of the other guys were getting into it a little bit.
Nah, I thought something totally different. Somebody somebody found Avery Bang's real name, and what they did was they they took Lamont's name, FYL, and they tried to frame Lamont like he's the one that took it, his real name.
Yeah, what I heard Lamont said on Bang's stream was that he heard somebody like in his chat or something gave him said Bang's real name or whatever. But I don't know if it's true or not.
He
But
tried
I
to
don't really care
no no
anyway.
no 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 no. That is true because I believe because that's when the guy that said it he tried to frame Lamont and say he's the one that put it out there. And I believe SB might have deleted he might have cut out the he might have deleted the whole stream right after that. Cause I was watching that stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's not here no more. He took it down.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah,
no,
but
no, no,
I
no,
really don't be using Cash App though.
no, no, no. The stream is still here, so somebody can watch SB stream and pull that shit off of there. So if I was SB,
Oh,
I would have cut that whole stream off the YouTube. I would have leave that shit because
yeah. I don't know.
nobody knows my actual name. Nobody do.
I really don't care whether people know my name or not. You know, because
No, I
unless you're
do.
trying to because look, a name is not enough to find somebody's information. You can there are a lot of people with my name. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give you my first. I might give you my first name. My first name is Muhammad. But my last name Hussein. You
No,
ain't
I'm
gonna really
not
find
giving.
shit.
No, I don't. I don't want. I don't want to give out no information. Real name, house address, street block. When niggas say drop your location and shit, I don't do that.
Nah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Giving your name out, they ain't really shit. What really matters is giving out like your address and your social security and shit like that. That stuff
And
will get you in
you're not in.
trouble.
Hold on,
But you
hold
giving your
on. You're
name
not.
out, hell
Hold
no.
on, hold on, hold on. You're not a YouTuber, so of course you saying that. When you're a YouTuber, there's a reason why you put out fake names.
That's
No,
true.
no real YouTubers gonna put out their actual name. Lamont don't even do that. Now, even though I know Lamont's real name, Lamont's channel ain't Lamont. It's FYI Sports Debates. But I would never put my actual name out there. I would never want nobody to know my actual name. If I wanted folks to know my actual name, I'd put my name instead of Goat Mike.
Damn, damn.
There's only certain people that actually know my actual name. There's certain people that do,
Yeah,
but I would
I really
never.
don't care in either way. But
Now,
yeah,
man, you don't care because you're
just
not a
make sure you
YouTuber.
ain't putting out your address.
How?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
true.
hey, if you was a YouTuber and people was throwing your name around left and right, oh, he's not Goat Mike, he's this. Bro, bro, that shit would piss you off, bro. You know how bro, that would
Yeah.
piss you off. If you got a channel and you expect everybody to call
Mm-hmm.
you a certain name, but then if somebody got your real name, they can make everybody else call you by your real name. Now, if I'm a YouTuber, I don't want to get called by my real name. You feel me?
You know what I would do? I would just block those people. I wouldn't even pay those people no mind. If you're not gonna call me by the name I want to be called by,
It's
then
not
I
going.
ain't gonna
Hold on.
fuck with you.
It's not going. Hold on. It's not gonna matter because they're gonna. Bro, you can make 100 accounts. There's people out here
Hey,
got 100 accounts.
yeah. Hey, but you know what?
So
I kind of retract my statement because I ain't gonna call everybody what they want to be called. If you know what I mean.
I don't care what you
You know
call
what I
me as
mean?
long as it ain't my real name.
Nah, you know what I mean when I say I'm not gonna just call nobody what they want to be called. You know what I mean? Like if a nigga tells me that he's a woman, I ain't calling that nigga a woman. Fuck that. But
Man,
you know that's a topic for another day.
yeah, but I'm just saying if my YouTube channel say Goat Mike, I ain't trying to get called shit else.
Yeah. Hey, go Mike. What's your real name? What's your real name? Go Mike.
Not
You ain't
saying
gotta say your full name. Well, okay. What's your nickname?
what's my nickname.
Yeah, you got a nickname.
My nick my nickname is Big Mike.
Oh, Big Mike. All right. So I
Big
think your
Mike.
name is Michael.
MIKE.
Your, your name must be Michael.
No, it's not. Nope. That, that's way off. My first name start with a
Okay.
J. My first name start with a
So,
J, and my last name start with an
oh,
S.
Jalen.
Nope. Way off.
Uh, let me see. Damn, what's the names with J? Let me think. Let me think.
You ain't never gonna find this out.
Jawan.
Nope. My name is real difficult.
Is it J?
It starts my first name start with a J. My last name start with an S.
I ain't trying to get your last name. I'm trying to figure out what your first name is. Shit. That there ain't that many names with J. How about Jimmy?
Huh?
Jimmy.
Mm-mm. Nope. Way off. You way
Hey,
well.
chat. Hey, chat. Give me some names that start with J. I don't know that many. I'm trying to think. Jack.
Go
How
Mike
about
is my
Jack?
YouTube name.
Hey, I think it's probably let me see. What's the names with J? Shit.
Nope. Bad boys, you off. You way off. My name. Didn't
Oh,
I
he
just
said Jason.
say? Hey, Cash. Didn't I just say my name is difficult?
Hey,
My
go
name
Mike.
is difficult.
Hey, go Mike. Does any celebrity have your name?
Nope.
Man, what the hell? Your parents must have just made up a name or son.
My name is from
They must
Rome.
got from Rome.
I got a Roman name. It start with a J.
Oh, he said CW. He said Jadarius.
Nope. Way off. Way off. Nope. That's way
Damn.
off.
Okay. Hey. What's the end of your first name?
No, I'm
What's
not.
the last letter of your first name?
I'm not giving you the end. I'm not giving you the end.
I don't know, man. I
Once
don't
you
know
get
what
Michael
it is.
Page,
Hey. I was about to say I was about to say what's his name?
y'all way
Jose.
off.
But that's Mexican.
Y'all way off. My name is Rome. I got a Roman name to start with a J.
Damn, man. Hold on. A Roman name. I don't know that many Roman names. Shit.
No, CWE. I said my first name starts with J and my last name starts with S. You got it backwards. My name is not
Hey,
easy to say.
Jake. How about Jacobus?
Way off.
Oh, Jeremias. How about that?
Hell no.
Jodakis,
No, you you far off. You know what though?
Johan,
No. Well,
uh, Josias,
mm-mm,
Judas,
mm-mm,
Justice.
no.
Man, what the hell, man? I don't know what kind of name you got.
I shit hard.
Hey, you must got like a, I don't know, man.
I
Hey,
got a
you know
hard
how
one.
I remember Kevin Hart said, Blackfoot, this they be naming their kids anything. They just heard it and like, I'm gonna name my kid this, right? That must have been you. Your parents just gave you like a crazy name.
My
I
name
don't
is.
know what the hell your name is.
I got a Roman name that's awkward as hell.
Hey, give us a syllable.
Nope,
Give us a syllable.
nope. You trying to get the easy way out. You trying to get the easy way out.
Hey man,
No.
I already gave you like 25 names already.
All I gave you was the first letter,
Hey, is your
and that's
name
it.
is your name hey, did your parents name you Jesus?
Hey, CWE and Cash are both wrong. Y'all way wrong. Y'all so
What
wrong. I'm
about
like,
Jesus?
huh?
What about
No.
Jesus?
Uh-uh. My name ain't basic.
Uh Jonas.
Way off.
Like the like the Jonas brothers.
My name is not that basic.
So you got like a long name or is it short? Give us a hint. Is it long or short?
My name is just as long as um. You know how Giannis' name is?
His
My
first
name is
name?
my name. My first name is as long as Giannis's last name.
Oh, what the hell? That's a long ass name. Josephus.
No,
Javilius.
nope,
Jupiter.
nope,
Johannes.
nope.
Jacynthus.
Man, this is just sad. Y'all, you getting farther away.
Man,
Damn.
go Mike, you lying. Your name don't start the J. Your name don't start the J. What the
Yeah,
hell is it?
actually, it's difficult.
Hey, he said Joanne's. Joanne's.
My name is not that basic.
Jabaric. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. I gave you about 100 names, and you said all of them were wrong.
Because you kept getting farther away.
Hey, I said, you gotta give us a hint. You gotta give us a hint. I
Hey,
said, give us what's the last letter of your first name?
bro, all the names y'all putting down here is basic. My name is not basic.
Johannatan.
And y'all getting farther away. Y'all ain't
Hey,
even
man.
getting farther.
Hey, is there any celebrity that has a name similar to yours?
I have the kind of name that no celebrities have, no athletes have, uh, nobody famous has. My name is a name that's rarely used, or rarely given. Very rare. It's a rare name given.
You said it was a Roman name.
I got a Roman name from Rome.
Are you sure it's Roman?
My name is from Rome. Yeah,
Hmm.
my name is from Rome.
I don't know. He
Man, y'all
said
just get
Jay honest.
man, y'all just getting worse and worse. It's sad.
Hey man, forget it, bro. You ain't giving no hints. I said you gotta help us out. You gotta give us a hint.
I'm not giving y'all no more hints than it start with a J.
That ain't enough. You gotta do more than that. You gotta give us the last letter.
This is why people can't. You can't hack my name. That shit too hard.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the hell your name is. Hey, but I think I did see something about how to hack through someone's accounts or some shit. I watched the what's called that Eric Snowden documentary. You remember that? The
Uh huh.
Eric Snowden the Eric Snowden documentary. He was showing people how to hack through people's passwords and shit. And it was like it was a it seemed so simple,
Hey,
but it was
hey,
weird at the same time how
hey,
they
look,
did it.
hey, look, Cash. You know what I do when I put password?
What?
I put fake names. Whenever I do my passwords, I don't put my real name. I put fake names.
I don't know who actually uses their name for their password. Whoever does that is stupid. You should never put your name as your password.
My name's not on none of my stuff. I
Not
don't
your
use my actual
Gmail, not
name for none
nothing.
of. Uh huh. So
Not like your Gmail.
how would somebody hack me if my actual name is nowhere on my information?
There are niggas out there who can, no matter what, if they really want you, they can get you.
That's cat.
You know, that's not
You
cap
pull
because you see,
you
hey,
you
go
pull up
Mike.
on me.
If you
Uh
see
huh.
these, go Mike. Look, if you see all
I
these highly paid, millionaires and billionaires getting hacked, what makes you think they can't hack you?
I want them to pull up. I got my bang
Now I'm
bang
just
right here.
saying. All I'm saying is anyone can hack you, no matter how complicated you think your
I
shit
want them to
is.
pull up.
They can break through the code.
I want them to pull up. That's what I want them to do. They're gonna fall to a trap.
Then they ain't gonna pull up. They ain't trying to meet you face to face. They're trying to do it behind your back
You
when
can't
you're
sneak
not
up on me.
looking.
You can't sneak up on
Hey,
me.
go. You acting like they're trying
Yeah,
to
no.
sneak into your house or
If
something. They ain't
if
trying
a
to sneak into your house.
if a squirrel can sneak up on me, a human show can't do it. You know how quiet a squirrel is.
Go,
A
Mike. They're
squirrel
doing
real
this
quiet.
shit on computers. They're not looking to sneak into your house, man. You talking about burglars? We
You
ain't
sneak
talking
up
about
in.
burglars. We're talking
You
about
sneak up.
hackers.
Hold on. How you gonna sneak in my house and I got a bunch of big ass dogs ready to eat?
Yeah, if you're talking about some robbers, some burglars, sure, but we're talking about hackers. Hackers
Like,
ain't going to your house.
yeah, no, if they
Yeah,
come to my house, they ain't gonna make it.
they can hack you through your Wi-Fi. Shit.
Yeah, come on with it. Bring it on.
Yeah, you just gotta. That's why I got. You gotta get like some security shit for your computers. I got like some VPN shit to protect my account. But you know what else? You also gotta. Sometimes you might have to pay for it. But you can pay for like some anti-hacking material that you can install into your computer or whatever if you really want to protect yourself. But that's if you really have like some serious shit
You know
in
what
your
I'm mad at?
computer that you don't want nobody to see.
Hey, Cash, you know what I'm mad about?
But
The fact that niggas like Nolan Boy Sports and Polo Sports and these niggas got 1K subs and I can't even crack 8 fucking 100. What the
where
fuck?
you at right now? Where you at right now?
704? Hey,
Hey,
Cash, I got one thing.
you went up by 100. You getting
Yeah,
there? You only 300 away.
I need to get there fast. Hey, Cash, I forget the
Hey, my
water.
go Mike. All right. Hey, you said Chris Paul is hacked. I don't remember that. he is he. Chris Paul looked like the type to get hacked too. He is definitely that type of nigga. Him and James Harden. Shit, shit. I might become a hacker my damn self. Shit, I'm about to be cracking the code to these banks. About to be about to be a multi goddamn millionaire. I'm gonna fly across the country. I'm gonna take my ass all the way to fucking Mexico. Store all that shit.
I'm back.
Yo,
Yeah, I'm back.
shit. I was
What's
about to.
cracking?
Oh yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, I say you're almost at 1,000. You know you've got up by about this past month. You've gone up about 200 or so. So you getting there. But hey, some suggestions though. This is the thing. I think sometimes you gotta sometimes you be taking shit too far. You know, sometimes you gotta let people speak. And you know,
I got to let them
when
cat more.
not cat, but sometimes you be pushing people away from your channel. You know, people that fuck with you, you be pushing them away and shit because you don't let them talk and you cuss them out. But sometimes you gotta chill out. You know, not everybody's capping or trying to go against you. You just gotta you gotta have a dialogue. You know, everyone has to have their turn to say shit without getting cut off. And I think that make your channel better. Real talk.
Okay, so you know what, Cash? I should probably do a challenge. I should challenge myself to try that for like a month. If I just do that for 2 months, I'll probably be at 1,000.
Yeah, cause sometimes people be trying to talk and you just be and
I
sometimes they be
mean,
disagreeing
hey,
with
give
you
me an estimate,
and you
Cash.
don't like that.
Cash, give me an estimate of how many subs I probably ran off.
Man, you probably ran off about 200.
You think so?
Yeah, I think if you didn't cuss people out so much, if you didn't cut them off and let them, you know, have a dialogue with you, and you know, sometimes it gotta go one on one. Like you gotta have your piece, and then he gotta say his piece or her piece or whatever, and
So what
you
you
gotta go back and forth like that. But when someone's trying to prove their point, you can't just cut them off and try to take over the conversation all the time. You gotta let them respond back to you. Otherwise, there's no point in even having the debate because you ain't trying to listen to one another. You know what I'm saying?
so what you're saying, Cash? If I had just kissed everybody's ass, I would have been I'd have been at a
Nah,
thousand.
Go Mike. That's the thing. It's not kissing somebody's ass to allow them to speak and finish what they have to say. That's called being respectful. You know, you ain't gotta
I
agree with
disagree
everybody.
with that. I disagree with everything that you just said, guys.
What you
Because
mean, bro?
respect is not given. It's not. You gotta earn my respect. You gonna come here if you want to debate my topic, you know how I talk. You know me familiar with the show. You know how I think. This show is basically how I go Mike think. So if you already know that from the door, you better come here with
Yo,
facts.
church. I can't hear you, bro.
Okay. You get me now? Right. You get
Yeah,
me
I
now?
can hear you now.
All
Yeah,
right.
there's too much.
Like I
There's like
said,
some wind going by.
yeah. I'm driving. My bad. I'm coming off work. But yeah, this is goat Mike. This is goat Mike personality. So you tell him to cut off his personality and kiss everybody's ass. Basically. Yeah, that's what basically you're saying. You're not saying it like deliberately saying it, but you're saying
Nah, man. They ain't true. Which how is it kissing somebody's ass to allow them to speak
it. 'Cause
without being
some
cut
people
off?
don't have the right to talk. Like SFM. I just see him. If you want to say you want to debate, hold on. If you want to say you want to debate, Then you ask Go Mike, yo, we could
Yeah.
debate about this, and then he'll pull everybody down and let them two go at it. You know what I mean? But if
Yo,
you just
church.
talking, just talking,
Yo, church.
everybody do that.
SFM is an extreme example of somebody who likes to over talk people. That dude is disrespectful. You know, he ain't let people finish their piece. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't rocking with SFM does, but I'm talking about the niggas who actually come respectfully, and you know who want to have a dialogue. I'm not talking about niggas like SFM who will talk over you and go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about niggas
Right,
who
right.
come with
But
respect.
I was using him as an example, but I was saying like how Lamont do it. I think he should do a little better than Lamont. Like if somebody want to debate about something that Go Mike says, he should Go Mike should pull everybody off the panel and let them go at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can
Hey,
go at
hey,
it,
And
but
but
then,
look,
I'm
you
saying
know,
let them
hey,
finish what they're saying.
hey, look, hey,
right,
look, hey, look. What I'm gonna start doing is whenever I get like five or more, whenever I get enough people on the show, I'm just gonna fall back. Like,
Hmm.
no, cause I be thinking you sleep when you do that. You ain't doing that. No, no. I like messing with you. No,
hold on,
no,
sir,
no, no.
sir, I'm supposed to be at 1,000 subs.
You almost listen. You almost there, bro. I told you you was gonna get to 700 by this time. I then told you that. I'm
Well,
by January you will be at 1,000. I guarantee you. 'Cause people
by
like the Bible
January,
theory,
hold on.
but
Do you do you know how many channels spit out garbage and they're already at 1,000? It's disgusting.
you gotta be careful because some people be buying subs too. Some people be buying subs. I just caught a couple people bought subs. Like they have like 10,000 followers and and two people in the chat. I'm like, yo, bro, where's the 10,000? You got two
Yeah,
people, and it's me and you.
Hey,
So
you know
you
what I
can't
noticed?
always go off of subs.
Hey,
It
hey,
take your
look,
time.
hey, look. You know what I noticed? This dude, Polo Sports Talk, this man got 900 and some subs, but he never have at least 20 watching.
Right. So you gotta be careful, cause like you said, he got 900 some subs, and the most he get maxed out is at 12. Like, like something not right.
hey, you know what it is though? The thing is, some people they just forget to unsubscribe from people. So you know, sometimes the subscribers be a little off because some people forget to unsubscribe and they ain't feel like doing it. So sometimes that's how it is too.
Hey, if
Right.
you got hold on. My channel has shown. Look. Here's what I know about my channel. If I got a good debate going on in here, I'm gonna have at least 50 watching or more.
Right.
Look what happened when it was me. It was me, Church, and Theo B. We had damn near 60 people looking. Polo Sports Talk got 900 plus subs, and he can't crack 20 watching. That don't tell you something.
That tell you something. That means
If
people
he
like your personality.
Polo, hey, know what it is? Because I allow my channel to get heated. Polo, he don't let stuff get heated enough. So a lot of folks might not like that. You see, that's what makes my channel pop. It's because I let it get heated. That's why I bring on SFM. Because even though he say dumb shit, he gonna bring up the viewers. You feel me?
True. And
That's
your
why I
boy
bring
ran
on.
from a debate too, go Mike.
Oh,
SFM, he ran from a debate. I seen him on Lamont channel. I said, oh boy, he
I've
ran.
been watching. I've been spy watching that shit. Lamont said, "Oh, go Mike don't know basketball." I bet y'all know. Bro, Lamont's whole pound don't know basketball. Fuck.
You know more basketball than them.
Hey, Church. You saw the guy named Jones on there? Oh my God, ugh, he don't know shit about basketball. But
I know you talking
hey,
about.
but you know what? But you know what? I'm praying to God he come over here and subscribe because he would bring a lot of great viewers. Seriously. You know what? You know what, Church? I'm gonna take Cash's advice. I'm gonna let everybody cap because when dudes are capping, everybody's watching, and that's what I need. I need people to come on and cap so I can vol. Because if I can get people to watch, then that'll probably get my subscribers to go higher. So I see cats
I,
doing, yeah,
Yo,
I
go
agree.
go
I
go
agree
on,
with that.
spice it
I
up.
agree with that. You gotta stop trying to
Yeah,
fix the cat.
yeah. This is what I was
who
saying. Like, I'm
who
not
wants to
saying that
who wants to watch?
it's
Hey,
okay for
Cass,
them to cap.
hey, Cass,
Yeah,
let's be honest. Who wants to watch a peaceful debate live? Man,
yeah.
please.
That's true.
Nobody.
I want to see that. That's
That's
true.
tiring.
Hey, but that's what I'm saying. You gotta balance it out. Sometimes you can't allow it to get too toxic. 'Cause sometimes it gets too toxic. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And
I
it
ain't gonna
just
let
ruins the conversation.
I ain't gonna let it turn. I ain't
Cause
gonna let it
look,
turn into
you be talking
WrestleMania.
about one thing, and then it'll go all the way to something else. They ain't got nothing to do with the topic. Now you can be debating on Kobe with SFM, and then he'll start bringing up LeBron and shit. Like they ain't got nothing to do with what we're
And then they
talking
talking
about.
about
You know
catching
what I'm saying?
flights and all this shit. Yo, meet me at my restaurant. And like, bro, ain't that
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Niggas like Will from Tiki and shit like that. You don't want niggas like that acting diverting the whole topic
you
to
don't
into
want your
something
stuff to get
else.
toxic like that. Right.
Yeah,
Hell no,
that
they
shit
gotta
is
keep it
way
PG.
too annoying. Hell no.
That's how
Yeah,
Ticket's channel is.
that's how I told Ticket that. I'm like I told we all like, yo, stop doing it. Like he just get hop on the panel and don't say nothing about basketball. Just yo, meet me outside. I'm like, what nigga, what are you, young jock? It's going down, huh?
No, like, yo, there's not one single time. It's been years. They've been talking about this and meet me outside, meet me at this place or whatever, and not one time has anyone ever met up with each other. It's all cap and talk. Ain't nobody gonna meet up with each other to fight over some basketball talk. Like, come on now.
and
Right.
the ones that and the ones that say, "Oh, let's meet up and just talk," don't even pull up.
They
Like,
ain't gonna pull up.
Mm.
Hey, we'll be sending fake what's it call it locations and shit to like a pizza restaurant or some shit. Like what? Yo, they tracked that shit down. They put up they looked up the location he sent on Google Maps, and it took him to like a pizza restaurant. Like yo, this nigga was capping, bro.
He said he lived there.
He
You
said-
do live in New York, you probably live on top of the restaurant.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, come on, don't even bring up fighting over this shit. Like, come on, man. Niggas want to fight over a LeBron fan. They want to throw fists with a LeBron fan so bad for some reason. I don't get that shit, yo. You hate this man so much, you want to meet up outside to fight this nigga. Come on,
hey,
man.
hey, look, hey, look, hey, look, hey, look. Next Kingdom, his channel is not my channel. My channel is different. My channel is built off of certain stuff. And what Cash is saying is that I lost 200 subs based off of not letting dudes cap. So you got to understand what your fan base wants. If my fan base wants capping, I'll let them
Hey,
cap.
go Mike. Look, this is what I'm saying too. It's not about just that they're. It's not just that they're capping. When you're having a debate with somebody, usually it's because you think they're capping about something, right? So that's what I'm saying. When you're debating them, allow them to cap, and then you rebuttal and ether them, right? So you
I ain't
allow
even
them to
on
say what they
Ether.
have to say, and then once they finish, you put the ether on them. You put the
Right.
fire
He
on
got
them, and you end it.
go back. Need a little eat the music or something. You know what I mean? After you let them talk, you know what I mean. You put the music, eat the music on, and then you eat it on. You need something like
I'm gonna
that.
let.
That shit
Hey,
pop.
hey, look. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have other guys Ether them for me.
But the only person that I will say you can't let keep on capping is a nigga like SFM because he
Yeah.
SFM he ain't got no self control. He don't know when to stop. He just rambles on and on and on. He don't know when to stop. So a nigga like
He don't.
SFM, you gotta cut him off. or else he's gonna keep on going on for days.
That's why when you realize when he on his panel and I'm on the panel, I always cut him off. Cause he do go on and on and on. You gotta cut him off. You do gotta
Yeah,
cut him
you
off.
have. Yeah, you gotta cut off a nigga like SFM. You know, I'm talking about the niggas who come respectful and allow you to finish talking so they can talk. That those are the niggas you don't cut off. Even if you do think they're capping, let them finish their sentence and then you just rebuttal. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna let him cap. See how many subs I get.
Nah, don't just let them cap. I said let them say their piece and then you put the fire on them.
I'm a little. Hey, look, Cash. I'm saying, if they're new, I ain't gonna be as hard on them if they're new. I'm gonna take it
Yeah,
easy on them.
if they're new, let them get to know how the platform works and shit like that. And then once they get used to it, you can start upping the antics and shit like that.
I'm gonna let them cap.
Don't worry, I'll be there. I'm gonna block that. I'm gonna block it. I'm blocking this shot. You ain't doing it.
I'm gonna let them cap. You still there?
Yeah, we still here.
I'm gonna let them cap, man.
Yeah, but
I ain't
the problem
I
with
ain't
you is you do let them cap, but you be trying to stop it mid sentence. Like you gotta let them finish up because you got a lot of audience to realize that the person that's talking is not there yet. They capping. You can't
Yeah.
have all this be confused because you stop them mid sentence. Now they don't know if he's capping or not.
Hey, I didn't get to we didn't talk about this yet, but what do you guys think about the report that AD and Braun are gonna be starting at the 4 and the 5 this year?
I don't like that idea.
Me either. AD too
They said,
fragile for me.
yeah, there are reports out that they said LeBron's gonna start playing the 4 and the AD's gonna start playing the 5, and I was like, I actually didn't. I actually like that idea for the most part, and this is why I like it because for me, I don't want Dwight or DeAndre Jordan in the starting lineup because our floor spacing with Russ it has to be about. You have to have at least two to three solid shooters around him and Braun. You need at least two to three. So if you put LeBron at the 4 and AD at the 5, then you can have like, let's say at the 2 you can put maybe Monk or Ellington. You can put one of those guys over there, and then at the 3 you can put either Bazemore, or if you really want to, you could put Melo, but I would rather have Melo off the bench. So I would say like Ellington or Monk at the 2, and at the 3 you would put Bazemore, and that way you have a decent amount of floor spacing on the court with those guys. And
I like.
it's not like 80's gonna actually be playing that all the minutes at the 5. He's gonna start at the 5, but then they're gonna switch him out for like Dwight or DeAndre Jordan or whatever.
I don't think Melo don't need to come off the bench. We got a good enough bench when he can start.
That's true, but I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do it. But yeah, if it was me, I would have him at the 3, and I'd have Brown and AD at the 4 and 5, and then I would have Ellington or Monk at the 2, and
Right.
Russ
And then
at
what's
the
it?
1.
They
Yeah,
get Rondo,
what?
THT on them
Yeah, the
to the
guy who I'm
bench.
most excited for next season is I'm really excited to see Kendrick Nunn and Malika Monk. I'm really high on those guys, especially Monk. A lot of people who haven't watched his game, they don't really know how good he is as a shooter, and he's not even just a shooter too. He can actually drive
Nope.
the basket too.
Right.
He's an explosive player. He's kind of like Russ. That's why he said out of his own mouth, he said he can't wait to play with a guy like Russ because he can pick up some things from him and put it in his own game because he plays kind of like Russ. He's an explosive player, very
And
athletic.
she's better than Russ. Right.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind having him start at the two spot for the Lakers. I wouldn't mind that. And the only problem that I have with the Lakers is I really don't know what THT is gonna. I don't know what spot he's gonna fill off the
He
bench
he, he
when he.
he's gonna play the small four off the bench. He's a small four off the bench. Bazemore, Frank Vogel said Bazemore got to fight for his minutes. Basically, that's what he told him.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. THT, I don't, it depends on how good his jump shot has improved because I have seen that he has been working very hard. I've seen some videos with him and Nunn or whatever. They've been working on their jump shots and shit like that. But I don't know if it's actually going to translate. But we have to wait and see. But for
Right.
me, if he isn't working out for us, and he doesn't look like he's actually fitting in, I wouldn't mind trying to trade him for like a wing defender, like a younger wing defender, because that's what the Lakers are missing right now. All the Lakers are missing right now. They're set in stone in guards, right? They don't need any more guards. If they get any more guards, then I don't know what the hell they're thinking. They don't need any more guards. They don't need any more, big men. All they need right now is a wing player, a wing defender. That's why I was talking about like James Ennis. I wouldn't mind him. And the last spot, they're probably just gonna leave it, unfilled until someone might get bought out. Let's say Kevin
Right.
Love does get bought out. If
Hurry,
Kevin Love
son.
does get bought out, then you can get him.
All right. Hey, Cash is right. We have too much offense. We need some defense.
But y'all forgetting AD and LeBron played D. Then you got Kendrick Nunn played D. Then Rondo played D. Like we got different. We got Case. This Bazemore played D.
Yeah,
Trevor
that's what I
Ariza
was
played
saying.
D.
I'm talking about for like the bigger wings that we have to play against.
We don't
We
got no
need
ex.
like
We don't.
Ariza. Ariza is our best. Him and Brown are probably our best wing defenders. But you really don't want Ariza on guys like Kawhi or PG or anything like that. You want to give him like a few minutes to try it out, but you don't want to give him too many minutes guarding those guys. That's why I'm saying if the only valuable piece that they have to trade for like a wing defender, a solid one that's actually like good at it, is THT. He's like the only guy that you can use
But
to
they
trade
signed.
for a
They
solid
signed him
wing
though.
defender.
They signed him, so he ain't going nowhere. They signed him. Signed.
I think they signed him so they can move him. I don't think they signed him so they can keep him. You know what I mean? Because if
Right.
you didn't sign him, you'd lose him for nothing. And that's why they chose him over Caruso. Because let's say that you do want to get rid of one of those guys in the future, who are you gonna trade? What valuable asset are you gonna get for a guy like Caruso compared to a guy like THT? That's why they chose THT over Caruso, and they said we're not gonna give Caruso that contract, whatever. They gave it to THT because THT he has value, and if he's not working out, you can trade him for another piece that you might actually need. So I think if this season goes on and all of our guards are playing well, and you don't really need THT, then you can trade him for something like I'm thinking of like maybe like a not like a Mo Harkless type, and a lot along with a couple other pieces, but a wing defender that's actually who actually has size on him and who can actually guard those 6'7", 6'8" wings out there. You know what I'm
We
saying?
don't got
'Cause,
no. We don't got no power forwards either after AD. If you look at it, unless you're throwing Carmelo and a power forward.
hey, that's what I'm saying. If Kevin Love gets bought out, then he'll be our power forward. But I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. That's a
No,
big
that's too
maybe.
much. Right. That's too
You know,
too
I,
too much money right now.
yeah, I don't think he really wants to give up that money, but you know, it's always a possibility. because a lot of players before the season starts they say they're not going to accept the buyout, but then as the season goes on and they feel miserable at the place they're at, they're like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna give up some of the money and I'm gonna go to a contending team, whatever. But we gotta see how the season plays out. But if not, then right now I'm definitely going after James Ennis. I really don't know why the Lakers haven't signed him yet. I think they need to get on him right now.
Cause they work him out. He must be unhealthy. Cause they work him out. They work a lot of people out. He must not be healthy, or he probably
I
look
don't know.
bad.
But you look at the free agents available right now. The most noticeable ones that I saw that the Lakers could actually use was like, let's say you want even more shooting, then you would go after like a JJ Redick. But let's say if you want like some defense, Wesley Matthews was on there. James Ennis was on there, obviously, and then the rest were kind of like they're just
I like Fareed.
okay.
I like Fareed. Kenneth Fareed at power forward.
I
I
heard,
just thought
yeah,
about him.
I heard about Ken Fareed too. I would work him out. I heard they're working him out. Whatever. If he does well for them, then I think
I
they
know
should.
he was just playing in the summer league. Right, he was
Yeah,
playing in the summer league. Remember?
yeah, he was playing in the summer
So he
league.
should be in shape.
Uh, yeah, I'm not sure, but I remember he's kind of like a Montrezl Harrell type, but he can stretch the floor. He can stretch the floor more than Montrez. But there's similar
Right.
types of players. You know, I don't know if he'll be
He's
able to get back
a,
to the form he was back in Denver or whatever. But if he could, then that would be really great for the Lakers. I
right.
would try him
He's
out. I
a
would give him like a 10-day contract or something like that.
right. Because he's a Montrezl Harrell with defense.
Yeah, he's actually a good defender. He's a very energetic player. You
Right.
always want that type of dude on your team, and when players like that, when they get on good teams where they have like a definitive role where they don't have like, you know, if on like a bad team or whatever, they be expected to show it a lot more than usual. But if you're on a team like the Lakers, then all you gotta do is play your role and do it well, and spot up minutes. And if you do well, then it'll help you out and it'll help the team out. So yeah, I'll give him a shot. I'll give him like a 10-day contract or like a non-guaranteed deal that they gave Dwight Howard. I'll give him like that or something to see how he plays. But I will sign. You can sign both him and James Ennis right now. You can sign both. So I will do that. I'll sign both of them because if you look at the options we have right now, most of the free agents available right now, they aren't really they aren't all that. The only ones I want are like JJ Redick, Ennis, and Fareed. Yeah, I'll take those guys. I'm not sure if Wes Matthews is gonna. I don't.
I take
I really don't. I really
I
don't
take
want him back.
I take Lance Stevens
Oh yeah, I forgot about
and he
Lance.
played elite defense. Miss
Yeah,
him. He was
yeah. I like Lance. I wouldn't mind
fun
him
to
coming
watch.
back. Yeah, he just became a robot, my guy. I ain't hear what you say, but yeah,
I
I don't know. We don't
ain't
need.
say nothing. That's why.
Nah, I heard a robot. I heard a robot. But yeah, I don't want Wes Matthews back.
Uh,
You know, I
I
don't know.
think he's
Maybe
out of
maybe
shape
last year
now.
was just a yeah. Maybe that was just an off year because it always happens with the Lakers. Like a player does well for another team, and then as soon as they start playing with the Lakers, all of a sudden the shooting percentage goes down, and they're in their funk. You know, and then next year when you see them again, all of a sudden they're hitting threes again. Like, come on, why couldn't you do this with us? But now you're on another team, Now you want to start hitting all these threes.
Hey, hey, you know
God damn.
what, Cash? Do you think that's gonna happen with these guys that are on the team right now?
That's what I'm afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Because look, all the percentages from last year from these guys are like 40%, 42%, or whatever. But the thing is, some of the other guys that we got last year, like Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder last year, the season before he went to the Lakers, he had like a career high in stats and shit. Like he was averaging almost, I think like 47 to 40% from the field, and he was shooting like 42% from the three, and it wasn't on low volumes. It was on 6 attempts from three. On 6 attempts from three, he was shooting 42%. That's great. As soon as he went to the Lakers, it dropped all the way down to 32%. And I was like, God, it went down all the way from 42% to like 32, 33% from three. So that's what I'm saying. And then same thing for Wes Matthews. Wes Matthews, before he went to the Lakers for the Bucks, he was shooting about 40% from three. And he was a good shooter for them in the starting lineup. He was their starting two guard or whatever. And so I thought he was gonna be good for us too. As far as I thought he was gonna stretch our floor a lot better. I thought he was gonna be one of our best shooters, and he ended up being one of our worst shooters. And that's the crazy thing about coming to LA when the pressure starts to really get to these guys, their percentages go all the way down by like 5%, and all of a sudden they go from 40% to like 33%, 34% from three, and it sucks. It really sucks, but I'm really hoping that these guys will be different, and that they'll be a lot more tougher and mentally tough than those other guys were, and hopefully they step up to the plate, because if they don't, then there's it'll be a race of roster spots, because we are expecting all these guys to shoot good from the three, but
Yeah, because
you know
we got a bunch of guys that shoot high percentages from three, but you just never know when they come to LA.
yeah, yeah, that's the thing. I really hope that the only guy that I can see, uh the guy that I'm gonna watch out for the most is like a guy like Kent Bazemore. He's the type of player that one year he'll shoot 40%, and the next year he'll shoot like 35%. He's that type of player. He's never been like an automatic shooter or nothing like that. But guys like Monk, he hasn't played in any meaningful game, right? He's playing in the Charlotte Hornets, so he hasn't really faced any real pressure. But if you look at his form and the way he shoots the ball, he's very confident when he shoots. He's just a very confident young player in general. So I think I could trust Malik Monk. I have high hopes for him. I have high hopes for Kendrick Nunn, because Kendrick Nunn, he won that finals run with Miami, and all that. So I have faith in him. I have faith in Wayne Ellington. He hasn't played any meaningful games either, but for the past like 5 to 6 years, he's been a consistent, high volume 3 point shooter. And at least like 6 attempts from three, 42% around that for the past 5 to 6 years. So I think guys like Malik Monk, Ellington, Kendrick Nunn, and who else? Who else? What other shooters we got? And, oh yeah, and Melo too. I think guys like Melo, Ellington, Malik Monk, and Kendrick Nunn. I think those are the four guys who we can actually trust shooting wise. You know what I'm saying? I think we can trust those guys, but I'm not sure about Kent Bazemore or
You don't
yeah.
think
I
Russ can
forgot. I
shoot?
forgot about the other guys. Nah, Russ can't. Russ is not a good 3 point shooter. I think he might like. He possibly, maybe at best, he can shoot like 34% from the three. I'm saying at best, like at absolute best,
He's shooting 34% from the three on like two attempts or something, But I don't, even though I've been seeing him shooting the ball a lot in the gym and working on his 3 point shot, he's been doing that type of stuff. This is not the first time he's been working on his 3 point shot. He's been doing this stuff. But, I'm hoping he can at least push it to at least 34%. If he can shoot 34%, that'd be great for his standards of shooting the ball. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not expecting much shooting wise from Westbrook. But in terms of like the mid range, he can hit that mid range shot. You know, I kind of trust him in the mid range. He's a pretty decent, solid mid range shooter. But that's not what we're gonna be relying on anyway. What the Lakers are gonna be relying on the most is driving to the basket, fast break points, rebounding, defense. You know, they're gonna be a very fast paced team next season, going on next season, and that's how they're gonna be winning games. And the shooters, if as long as they play their part, as long as they shoot around 38% to 40, then that should be good enough in terms of the floor spacing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You don't want to have you want the floor spaced out with Braun and Russ. If they're gonna play together in a starting lineup, then you're gonna have to have as many shooters as you can. And for me, just having two shooters is not enough. For me, just two shooters around Russ and Braun is not enough. I think you have to have three good shooters on the court with Braun and Russ. That's why I like the idea of AD playing the five and Braun playing the four. I don't want Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan in our starting lineup at the five position because those guys they're not gonna be able to stretch the floor for us, and the lane's gonna be clogged up. So what you're gonna have to do is AD. He's gonna have to, he's gonna have to man up, toughen up, play the five. He's not gonna play every single second at the five. People are acting like he's gonna be playing the whole game at the five position. No, they're gonna switch out from time to time between him and Dwight or DeAndre Jordan at the five position. But he's gonna start at the five until in like the first 5 minutes of the game or whatever, and then the other guys will come in. But I want AD at the five. Braun should play the four. If you want to, you can put Kent Bazemore or Carmelo Anthony at the three, and then at the two, I would have either Ellington or Monk. I don't mind either one. Ellington so far is probably our best shooter, stats wise. So I would probably have him at the two, and then Russ at the one. Obviously, that way you have three shooters. Three good shooters on your team, and then AD and Braun. They'd be like average shooters, or whatever, something like that. But that's what I want to see. I don't want to see Dwight or DeAndre Jordan starting this year. I don't want to see that. Yo, what's good, Grant? Yo, pull up.
What's up, Grant? Grant?
But what you think about that? Go, Mike. Do you
Man,
want Dwight or DeAndre Jordan starting at the five? Because I think that's a very bad idea.
well, I think it's a bad idea to have that kind of lineup with Russ. With Russ not being able to shoot well, that's not a good lineup. I mean, our first 40 games are easy, so I think that lineup can work the first 40, but after that, you got to change the lineup.
So you don't want AD starting at the five?
Well, if you look at who we're playing, we can put any lineup and beat these teams. Our
Because
first
look,
40,
this what I'm trying to say. You have to have continuity throughout the season. You can't just automatically just put AD at the five near the end and everything's just gonna work out. You can't just do it. You have to do it like you want the whole team to be used to it because the only people that you're used to AD playing the five is LeBron and Rondo, and we really ain't got much of the same team at all. We've traded like more than half of our roster away, so we have a bunch of new guys. So you can't just plug in 80 at the five in the playoffs and everything's gonna go all willy nilly. You know what I'm saying? You have to have continuity.
And
That's
we're
why I want
talking
80
about
starting at the five during the season. I want 80 starting at the five. And the problem is people think that 80 is gonna start the whole game at the five, which he's not. He's only gonna be playing like the first 5 minutes, and then after that, they're gonna switch him out for Dwight or DeAndre Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So he's not gonna be playing the whole game at the five or the majority of the minutes at the. He's gonna be playing the majority of the minutes at the five, but not all the minutes at the five. You know what I'm saying? Especially and you gotta look at it like this too. If we're blowing teams out, if we're doing well, like at the beginning of the games, if we're blowing them out, then you can pull them out even quicker that way. If at the beginning when you have the space floor and stuff like that, and you have all three ways to score on the court. That way, you can build upon your leads a lot quicker than with a guy like Dwight or DeAndre Jordan starting at your five position. Because that affects your scoring. With 80 at the five, our scoring increases, right? And our floor spacing becomes better. So that way, you can get the lead up on teams a lot quicker, and that way, you can pull 80 out quicker. You know what I'm saying? So 80, once you start blowing teams out, the less minutes that 80 has to play at the five, because now you're gonna throw in the role players like Dwight and DeAndre Jordan, right? So that's the way I see it.
and that's big facts. Yeah, we got a lot of
Yeah.
new guys, so you probably have to make the other guys used to that. But at the same time, I'm looking at AD's health. The man got hurt at a wedding, so
Hey, look, AD at best, he should be averaging around, I will say, 33 minutes per game. That's what I would say. 33 minutes per game for AD. For Brown should be averaging about 28 to 30 minutes per game, and Russ should be averaging about 33 points per game, along with Russ. For me, I don't think Russ should be the third option. I think AD should be the number one option. I think Russ needs to be the number two option, and I think Braun, the oldest guy on the team, who needs to conserve his energy the most, he needs to be third fiddle this time around. He needs to be more of the like you know cutting in, cutting to the basket and shit like that. He's gonna be spotting up a little bit more this year. That's the type of stuff that Brown's gonna have to do this year. Russ and uh Russ and AD should be the leading scorers for the Lakers. Now, if Brown is still doing that, then that's not a good look because the guy in his 19th season should not be shouldering the load on offense. You know that much. I don't think he should be. I don't think he should be averaging 25 points per game. I would say LeBron should be averaging like 20 points per game, 20 to 21 points per game, and like around 8 assists, something like that, and 8 rebounds, 7 rebounds, whatever. That's what it needs to be like. But Russ and AD, those are your main guys. They're the youngest guys in terms of your big three. So you need to go to those guys more. Otherwise, Brown's gonna get hurt because you're already seeing for the past like 3 years, the past 3 seasons, LeBron has been getting injured a lot more, and we're not used to seeing that shit. We're not used to seeing Brown get injured. So you need to conserve LeBron's energy until the playoffs. You don't want him playing high minutes and scoring that much. You want him, doing the small things, and AD and Russ, they're doing the big things, right? So you know, we ain't gonna, LeBron's gonna be the third option next year. Is what I predict is gonna happen. He's gonna be our third option. 80 number one, Russ number two, and I think that's the best case scenario for the Lakers. Unless LeBron just really wants to, make like an MVP case or something, then he should allow those two to take over.
Yeah, because if
Yeah,
LeBron's playing as hard as he was during the season last year, he might get hurt.
he might get another groin injury. He might get another ankle sprain, and you don't want to take that risk. A guy in his 19th season, the old, it just we gotta face it. LeBron's getting older. I can literally see with my own two eyes. He's slowing down. I can see with my own two eyes. He's slowing down. Anyone who says he's not slowing down is capping. He's definitely slowing down, and he's not explosive, and he's not as good as getting to the rim as he used to be. It's a little bit tougher for him to get there now. So you don't want to risk putting too much strain on his body because the more you do that, the higher risk for injury is for him. So you know, again, Russ and AD, those are your go-to guys right there. You ain't bringing Russ to be the third option, right? You didn't bring him in to be a third option. You brought him in there because look, this is what I saw. I read this uh, about they said something about if Russ, the reason why they traded for Russ instead of Buddy Hield, because the Buddy Hield trade was pretty much done. Everyone was saying that Kuzma said that himself. He said the Buddy Hield trade. Everyone thought they were going to Sacramento. They thought it was a done deal, but all of a sudden, I think what switched them around from doing that was that they expected Braun to shoulder more of the playmaking and scoring next season. So they thought that would be the case, but I think Braun told them he's getting older. He's not. He's gonna need more help at the playmaking position, and Buddy Hield he can't do that. But you bring in a guy like Russ, he can do that for you, and he can allow Braun to rest a little bit more. So I think that's why they chose. Ultimately, they chose Russ over Buddy Hield because they didn't want to put too much strain on LeBron's body next season by having him, carry the offense along with AD and shouldering all the playmaking duties, right? So I think that's why they brought Russ in. Russ is going to be your primary playmaker, and him and AD are going to be running the show, and Brown's going to be third fiddle. You know, and that's the way it should be. He said Lakers were trying to get Paul Millsap. Yeah, I think the Lakers they probably were trying to get Paul Millsap, but I think the moment they signed Carmelo Anthony was a moment that Paul Millsap joining the team was less likely. You know what I'm saying? Because they play the same position. They both play small forward, power forward, whatever. They play the exact same position. How are you gonna split their minutes together? How are you gonna split their minutes? One's gonna have to take the other person's minutes, and I don't think that would bode well with Carmelo's ego. Because Carmelo, face it, he's better than. I'm telling you right now. I think Carmelo's better than Paul Millsap. I don't think Paul Millsap's better than Melo, even right now. So if you sign Paul Millsap, I think Melo would feel some type of way, and he wouldn't like that because he'd be taking some of his minutes away. So that wasn't really an option. I would say before he left Portland, it was an option, but after that, hell no, he wasn't going to the Lakers. Melo might not be better defensively, but let's not act like Paul Millsap is a great defender now. Look, Paul Millsap be getting cooked out there. I've been watching the Nuggets games all the time. He ain't no great defender. He ain't even a good defender. He was a okay. He's an above average defender. I'll give him that. He's an above average defender, but he ain't sticking nobody. That nigga is slow. That nigga is real slow, and he's getting older. Man, stop. He ain't no great defender, man. Stop capping. Hey, I'm gonna let you know right now. Book when the Lakers play the what's it called, the Nets. See how Bello cooks Paul Millsap when they play the Nets. Let's see how AD cooks him again when they play the Nets. That nigga ain't no great defender, and he ain't sticking nobody. If he's on the court, he's probably guarding LeBron, or he's probably guarding AD or Melo, and that's a bad matchup for him. You really trust Paul Millsap like that? He was part of making the Clippers choke a 3-1 lead, but he wasn't the de facto fact. No, he wasn't the de facto guy. He wasn't the de facto reason why they won
Paul
that
Millsap is a
series.
bum.
I won't say he's a bum, but he's not better than Melo. That's my point. They're trying to say he's better than Melo right now. He's better defensively, but he's not better offensively. It's not even close. Melo got way more in his bag than Paul Millsap. And look, Melo is actually a good post defender. Melo's a good post defender. If you look at Melo in the post, because Melo's strong and he has size on him, you can't really just back down Melo like that. He's kind of like James Harden. Guys like James Harden, you wouldn't say he's a great defender or a good defender, but in the post, he's one of the best defenders out there. James Harden is. So and Melo's the same way. So I wouldn't say that Melo's like a trash defender either or anything like that. He's a okay defender. He ain't garbage. Hey, you must have not been watching the Blazers games CWE. I watched all the Blazers game. You know what I'm saying? Cause Dame and Melo, one of my favorite players in the league. I watched all their games, and I know that he's a good post defender. He ain't no great perimeter defender or a good one, but in the post he holds his own, and that's what I'm saying. Melo is better than Blake. Stop it. Melo is better than Blake. Melo can do more than Blake. And now that we have Dwight back, it's gonna be a lot easier for AD and them to cook, because they'll probably put AD on KD, and they'll probably put Dwight on Blake if they start him. But either way, I ain't worried. I ain't worried about Blake Griffin. I ain't worried about Paul Millsap. Those dudes don't scare me. I ain't worried about those dudes. The only players that really outside the Nets, they have a great roster. I ain't gonna cap about that. The Nets have a great roster. But I'm not sold on Blake Griffin, and I'm not sold on Paul Millsap. I'm not sold on those guys. But Patty Mills, Joe Harris, although Joe Harris had a bad playoffs last year, I think he'll bounce back this year. Joe Harris, Patty Mills, the big three, obviously. Who else they got over there? Oh yeah, Aldridge. I trust those guys. But Blake Griffin and Paul Millsap, man, I ain't worried about those two. Those two, I'm a yawn at those niggas. Yeah, I saw what Blake Griffin did in the playoffs, but hey, can he do that again? That's the thing. And he only had about two good games against the Bucks. He ain't had no great performance against them or nothing like that. He was above average in against the Bucks. I'll give him that, but he wasn't as great as people make him out to be in that series. He He had about two good games. The others were pretty trash. You said Blake guarded Giannis better than Nathan. I don't know about that.
Hey,
And
but
none
you
of
know
those
what?
dudes can guard Giannis.
Hey, but you know what? The thing that he leaves out, uh, you know, Giannis. The thing that he's leaving out is the fact that Giannis does not have a guy like LeBron and Russ that can set him up and get him easier buckets. Blake Griffin is not going to be able to guard AD the same way he guarded Giannis because LeBron's going to put
Yeah.
AD in position to score easier baskets. Giannis plays
Look,
one way.
Blake Griffin. Yeah, Giannis plays one way. A guy like AD who can he can expound his range to a 3 pointer. Although he isn't a great 3 point shooter, he you still have to respect his shot out there. They aren't gonna just be leaving AD wide open at the 3 point line like Giannis. They ain't gonna do that because they have a lot of respect for his jump shot. And mid range, ain't even debate. AD is a far superior mid range shooter than Giannis. Giannis is a better driver, but we already have LeBron and Russ for driving. We don't need AD. We don't need AD to do that. Only LeBron and Russ can do that. AD, man, AD's gonna dominate against the Nets. I can see him averaging about 32 points, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks against the Nets. I can see him doing that. And LeBron and Russ, they're gonna be cooking that offense because most of those guys on the roster are slow-footed. LaMarcus Aldridge, he's slow-footed. Blake Griffin, slow-footed. Their big men are very slow-footed, and they are known defenders across the league. Like Aldridge, LaMarcus Aldridge has never been known as like a great defender or any or rim protector. So I ain't worried about I ain't worried about those. I ain't worried about the big men. The only thing I'm worried about in terms of I'm worried about LaMarcus Aldridge's offense. Yeah, I'm worried about his offense, but I'm not. I ain't worried about his defense. That's one thing I ain't worried about, especially Blake Griffin.
The way that
The Bucks and the Lakers are in two entirely different teams. They aren't anywhere near the same.
and they play different, different play styles.
They are. They're way different. And look, the role players on the Lakers are way better than the Bucks role players. I'll tell you that right now. The Bucks their role players, they ain't have it like us. They ain't have a Kendrick Nunn. They ain't have like a Kamala Anthony. They ain't have they even have like a Malik Monk really. They ain't really have that either. I guess you can say like DiFrancesco. He's a starter. He ain't a bench player. And their bench was like Brian Forbes. Uh, what's that dude's name? What's the white boy's name? Damn, I forgot. I forgot the white boy's name. But yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about the other white boy besides DiVincenzo that comes off the bench. They had like those guys. They had who else? Damn, I forgot a lot about their bench last year. But their bench offensively, their bench isn't anywhere near the Lakers bench right now. I'll give them. They might have had like better perimeter defense. I'll give them that. Their perimeter defense was probably better than the Lakers. But other than that, the Lakers have them across everything else.
Low said the Lakers are done. Low, hop on here.
Who said the Lakers were done?
Low.
Hey, hey, pull up low. Pull up on the panel. I want you to explain that.
The Lakers had the
You say
most
he's a
rest.
walking a walking dead Achilles. What is KD? What is Kyrie? You talking about these dudes are known to get injured for long periods of times. This nigga Kyrie stay getting hurt. He was getting hurt back in Cleveland, in the Celtics, and now the Nets. He always getting hurt. You talking about AD? Come on now. And for the past 2 years, AD, ever since he's been at the Lakers, he's played majority of his games. He's played majority. My bad. Excuse me, but yeah, he was playing majority of the games the past 2 years before he got that injury, and that was because he was injured during the finals, and they had a short break. If they didn't have a short break, then he would have been more healthy this year.
And this dude low got to pull up.
Yo, man, these Laker haters, man. Hey, but you know what? I actually like that the Lakers are the underdogs this year.
Look at what he just said
I'm
right
happy.
there.
Well, if he plays 5 6 by I mean, if who plays you talking about Braun?
I think it's in my AD.
Right, he said right now if he plays a 4, he ain't ready for no real quick power forward. But AD always plays power forward. I don't know what you mean. I think he's talking about Braun.
Man, LeBron's always ready.
Nah, he must be talking about AD. I don't know, but nah. But I was saying I'm actually happy that the Lakers are the underdogs because that's when LeBron plays best. LeBron plays best when he's the underdog, you know. So when he's a favorite, that adds more pressure, right? So the team that should have the most pressure going into next season should be the Nets. They're younger than the Lakers. They're not a young team, but as far as the big three, the big three are younger. They're better shooters. All the media says they're the way better shooters and all that, which is true. They said that their roster is better as a in whole is better than the Lakers roster. So if that's the case, then they have no excuses not to win. Now they have to get it done. The Lakers, they're the underdogs. They're the retirement home. They're a retirement home and a super team at the same time, allegedly, but they're the retirement home. Russ is a walking dumpster juice. So if that's the case, then all the pressure should be on the Nets to win. And if the Lakers win, the GOAT debate, man, it should be over. Because if the Lakers defeat the unbeatable Nets, you know what I'm saying? According to the media, the Nets are unbeatable, right? If the Lakers manage to beat them, then LeBron's GOAT case would have been settled now. Cause shit, if LeBron beats this team, I don't know what the argument will be. You're literally beating the three best scorers, three of one of the top 10, I would say, scorers or talented scorers in NBA history on one team. Kyrie is one of the most talented scorers we've ever seen in NBA history. I would say he's the top 10 talented scorer in league history. You could argue even top 5. James Harden and KD, they ain't even got to be, you already know. Those guys are top 5, most definitely top 5 in scoring, in terms of scorers all time. If LeBron manages to beat this team in his 19th season at age 37, Man, he's a goat, and there'll be no debate. At that point, there'll be no debate, because when you look at Michael Jordan, he doesn't have a resume of beating an elite super team on the same tier as a 73-9 Warriors. And if LeBron beats this team right here, then he had never had beaten a team with three of the best scorers of all time on one team. You know what I'm saying? So I think that'd be like a dead end case for LeBron as a case as LeBron's a goat right there.
That might sell the case.
That might settle right there. If you beat these, because look, everyone was saying that the Warriors, that 739 Warriors, was unstoppable. Everyone right now is saying this Nets team is unstoppable and they're unbeatable, and that no team really has a chance to beat them. If LeBron went against the odds two times against teams that were far superior than his, then what's what's the where's the argument? How can you say that anyone's better? How can you say anyone has accomplished more and has done more against far more competition than this dude right here? You know what I'm saying? But Kobe, what's the name? MJ has never been a team with two league MVPs on one team. Never done it.
That's a lie. It all depends what context you put it in. But that's actually a
What team
lie
has he
though.
been? What team you talking about?
If you did your history, son, if you did your history, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He beat Clyde Drexler. He beat Clyde, Charles Barkley, Akeem Olajuwon in '98.
Man, that don't count, man. That
It
Hold
don't
do
on, hold
count.
count.
on, hold on, hold
It
on,
do
hold on, hold
count.
on,
It do
hold
count.
on, hold on.
You
Are you
you
saying?
got to
Hold
put
on,
shit in
hold on,
context. That's what I'm
hold on.
saying. It all depends
Hold up,
how you
hold up,
word it.
Hearn. Are you saying Clyde Drexler's better than James Harden?
I mean, Clyde Drexler is a Hall of Fame caliber player. First batter that did. I ain't gonna
How?
say you better
Hold
than.
on,
Hey,
hold on, hold
look.
on,
I'm
hold
not
on.
gonna
What did
say. I'm
Clyde?
not
Hold on. What did Clyde average?
talking about that season. I mean, I don't know. I'm talking
No,
about
no, no,
head
no,
because
no,
I'm
no, no,
working.
no, 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 no.
He's a
Clyde, no,
20.
no, no,
He's a
no.
20
Here's
point of
the
the game score. I
no, no,
think.
no. Here's what no, no, no. Here's what kills your argument.
Hey, Herm. Lou
The
Williams
Brooklyn
a 20
Nets.
points per game scorer.
Hold on, Cash. Here's what kills his argument. The
No, I
Nets have
don't.
three. The Nets have three guys that can drop 50 points any given night. Clyde
I mean,
Drexler is
LeBron
Clyde
ain't
Drexler cannot
LeBron.
do that.
LeBron ain't faced the Nets yet, so you can't include the Nets if he ain't faced them. He got to face them first.
No, no,
Go
no, no,
man.
no. We're just saying we're saying if he beats the Nets, that might settle his case.
If he beat the Nets, a lot of niggas it's gonna be a crazy little world. I know that a lot of motherfuckers gonna be going crazy if that happens.
If LeBron beat the Nets, man, LeBron might have but LeBron's GOAT case gonna get strong as fuck.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a friends. I ain't gonna lie. I tell the truth on that now. I mean, I ain't gonna cap. But Cash King, see, this why I be telling folks though. You always gotta make sure that you put a lot of content and you gotta really break it down and you really gotta put details in whenever you make statements because the little statement you made right there, I came with some. You know what I'm saying? So end of the day, LeBron got a valid case because he's an all-time great player. But people got to start putting everything in context. You got to break shit all the way down, year by year, the different era, all the different variables when it comes to basketball. All that shit matters when it comes to debating who's the best player ever, or who's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like to do it because I know different NBA rules and different eras does affect a lot of stats because you can't strictly go all the way on stats because you got to put that in context and understand why the stats fluctuate the way it is because you got to look at it. These niggas now, because it's an offensive era, a lot of guys' numbers gonna be greater. So let's just say let me give a player for a great example that could be a prisoner. The Jokic. If Jokic if Jokic numbers keep building and climbing, he stay consistent his whole career. But he always get eliminated in the first or second round. His stats may be way better than Akeem Olajuwon before he retired. But would you consider Jokic better than Akeem Olajuwon because you're going strictly off the numbers? So
Yeah, but
it's a
Herm, don't they always say that Hakeem only won because Jordan was out?
I mean, but you can't knock that against the king because nobody didn't tell Jordan as to lead the game when he left the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's not a king fault. But a king for a long time though, I think it was really since 1990 they were saying that a king was the second best player in the NBA year after year until about 96, if I'm not mistaken. So
Hey, but you,
he always would consider a top three player in the game at his peak.
yeah, but you know what, Herm? I don't really care anyway because I actually think that the Rockets would have beaten the Bulls if had they played. I'm one of those guys.
It it all
I think
it,
they would
it,
have beaten the Bulls.
it all depends because Dennis Rodman was giving niggas hell, and I think in the 7 game series, Phil Jackson would have outcoached Rudy T. So all those different variables matter in that aspect. I think Phil Jackson would have made better adjustments, and they would have figured out a way to slow down Hakeem Olajuwon if it came down to it. So I think coaching would have coincided that outcome. 94, the Bulls would have beat them for sure because what other player Hakeem could turn to take over a game in 94 that could that could dethrone the
Yeah,
Bulls or what
that's
the Bulls would have thrown out. Now 95, they had a more well balanced team, and I don't think the Bulls would have had a answer for that rookie point guard of Sam Cassell that year in particular. But at the same time, 95 though the Bulls shit they did win 72 games hell, so I don't even know about that. Karan Harper's got the Pippen and Jordan would have took turns. Yeah, I don't know. And Dennis Rodman, of course, as great as Akeem Olajuwon is, Dennis Rodman can move in a lateral. So really, the only thing the King will have on him is shooting over him. But shit, that's gonna be hard to do because Dennis Rodman's so strong, so he gonna push him out his comfort spots and gonna make Akeem Olajuwon work. And Rodman was his specialty was beating niggas to the spots. So I don't know that would have worked out for the Rockets beating the Bulls. But regular season wise, a lot of people will hang their hat on that. But like I told motherfuckers, shit, 98, the Bulls beat a super team, Houston Rockets. So I really don't know that I could say that they would have won a 94, 95.
either way. I think it's a 7 game series. I think it goes seven.
I mean, Akeem is that great, so he could have pushed that single handedly, made that a tough series. So I want to argue. I want to argue when it comes to that.
Yeah,
But like I tell anybody, don't matter who your favorite player, I always put shit in context because errors, rules, all that shit matters in debates. Because a lot of these nigga numbers, they gonna have the numbers. So it's gonna be a lot of niggas. You gonna have to be like, damn. Do I think James Harden really could be the best shooting guard? Because he might end up scoring more points than Michael Jordan and Kobe overall. But does that make James Harden better than those two? And we know damn well that's not the case. So that's why I say like
nah.
the stats can manipulate shit in certain ways that it can make certain players look better than others. But in all actuality, we gotta really look at the totality of everything before we put one player over the other.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll give you that. But you can do that. You can say that for a lot of areas, though. Like you can say, if the Sandy, if the players in the '90s played back in the '70s, they would have been way better. You know, if the players back, if certain players from this era right here played back in the '90s, like Ben Simmons, Giannis, or LeBron, you know, some of those more physically gifted guys played back in the '90s. You know, Draymond Green, guys like that, they would have been more successful. You know, some people they just don't fit into their eras. and they'd be better in a different era. So you can't just monopolize them into one box. You just gotta judge them based on what they have. And even if it's easier to score now than it was back in the day, you can't you can't take their stats away. It's gonna be there.
Yep.
So unless we're gonna judge by errors only, then it's gonna be complicated to rank these guys.
That's why if we are going to argue about which player is better than the next, it's better to go by year, and you gonna have to look. You gonna have to look at the analytical standpoint of how they look how those players look each year, and then you could probably get a more clearer view of like you may fuck around and look at it like, damn, I actually couldn't believe that this nigga is actually measurable to this other nigga because you actually did a totality year by year and you broke down the seasons. That's what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was telling Mark Stein. Like when it comes to trying to find the goal or who's the greatest player of the game, it's hard because you really got it. It's so many variables that could contribute to why certain player numbers are better than others and all this shit. You really got to break it down year by year with this shit, and that's real hard to do because that's a lot of research you got to do. There's a whole lot of research anybody would have to do to try to compare it. Yeah, I could pull up a bulletin board or pull up a goddamn
Yeah,
PowerPoint to show, hey man, LeBron did this. He was player of the month this many times, or he did this, he did this, he did this in clutch situation. Okay, it all like clutch is you could be clutch in so many different ways. Like if I'm down 9 in the fourth quarter and we just went on a 21-3 run, and that was the main reason we went on a 23 run, I still was clutch. I didn't have to shoot a game winner to be clutch. So a lot of niggas got to put all
yeah,
this shit into perspective when they talking, but a lot of people don't. So how they
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
what
Like when we rank the top 10, like there's so many great players to choose from in the top 10. Well, eventually, as KD as his resume builds up, I think most people would say that he's going to be a top 10 player of all time. Someone's going to have to go out.
I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
but I
lie.
think he got to win. I said I told Amir the same thing yesterday on here. I said I ain't gonna lie, KD get one more shit. He probably cracked my top. He cracked my top 10. I just don't know, but it's
Who you
hard
gonna take
because
out?
you
Who
don't
you
want
gonna
to.
take
Yeah,
out?
because you really don't want to take nobody out of you know. But
But I'm gonna say this
it's
though:
hard when it comes to shit like that.
If Kevin Durant don't win the championship this year, he can never be top 10 no matter what he do after this year, no matter what. If his ass
Uh,
don't win the championship this year, he can't be considered in shit top 10. And I mean,
Come on.
Damn.
We can't do it like that, man. It's just
nah,
like I
fuck that,
understand,
fuck
man.
that,
Wait,
I don't
how
understand.
how old is
fuck
KD right
that.
now? Y'all know
He
how
about
old
30,
KD
Like
is?
about,
33,
yeah,
33,
32, 33, something like
32,
that.
33. He young. He can.
Fuck
Oh,
that
okay.
SNL. Gotta keep the same energy. That bitch lose. That man, that motherfucker can't be never be put even talk about being put in the top 10. And I mean it. I mean that for the bottom of my heart. A lot of niggas gonna hate that. I'm gonna have KD fans after me next.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Yeah, it really depends.
like you said,
Because
numbers
you
can
could
be
say James
deceiving.
Harden might win the Finals MVP.
I said that though. I said when the Nets do win, if they do win, James Harden will be Finals MVP. I said
Hey,
that.
hey, Hearn. I looked
Yeah.
at Kareem numbers, right? Like you said, numbers can be deceiving. Bro, I be looking at niggas' numbers. 23 in the regular, 24 in the playoffs, 24.6 in the playoffs, and then he averaged 23, 24 in the finals. But we know this, arguably the greatest score of all time, number one score on the all time list. We know that, like you said, year by year. You feel me? Like they gonna put when they put all these dudes stats together in one part, even the years that's like like when niggas get older and shit, bro, they stats start to fall off, bro. Like like Dirk last year, he shot 38%. You know that's not him, bro. That's just age. So
Yeah.
if you really want to do it, I would say to judge a player is to do it off his prime and see how long his prime with. And a lot of these top 10, top 20, however we want to put it, they got long, a 10-year long prime. Everybody won't have a prime like a LeBron or Michael or Kobe or Kareem as long as they had their prime. You feel me? You got some dudes that just like Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. They had 10, 11 year primes. And check that, 12. But Magic in my top five.
Really, Larry Bird had an 8 year prime because his back started going bad at this 8 year, and Larry Bird wasn't the same motherfucker. If
Yeah,
that
that's what
back didn't
that's
go
what
out,
I'm
if
saying.
that back didn't go out though, that motherfucker Boston probably would have won a couple more rings. Detroit would not ever got past Boston.
Hey Herm, if Boston won, if Bird won a couple more rings, I would say I put him over Magic.
Yep.
But I'm saying, Herm, like let's say if they was debating KD or Bird, like you said, they would say, well, Bird was in his prime for 8 years, like you said. Then it'd be like, oh, KD win, you know, 10 year more. He got two Finals MVPs. You know, he got an MVP. You know, I think they got both the same amount of two Finals MVPs. And so for that reason, you know, with the numbers and shit, they would put him over probably Larry Bird, which I don't think he is, but most people think he is. But you know, they got people out there think like that, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like I just, I think the best of judge these players is peak by peak, bro. Peak by peak, bro. And most of these players should have a 10 year period of some type of dominance, 11, 12 year period.
I agree. I agree. But this was to see what we saying though. It would strengthen LeBron James' case because unfortunately, no matter how we feel about the nigga, at the end of the day, he had a long ass prime.
That's what I'm. Yeah, yeah. He got a long. He got the. If you want to be technical, he him he got the longest prime in NBA history because
Really
Kareem
for
came out.
15 years straight. He was a
Yeah,
motherfucker
cause
for
Kareem.
15 years straight.
Yeah, Kareem. Not his first 15 years, nigga, but it's been 15 years. But if you compare his shit to Kareem, what shit he came out of high school and shit like that, and like he's number one all team in uh NBA selections. Kobe right behind him at two with Tim Duncan and shit. Like Tim Duncan up there too. Like Tim Duncan had a long ass prime, bro. Kareem right there too, two tied with them niggas, bro. Them niggas had long ass primes, bro. But that wouldn't be fair to somebody like Michael Jordan if he was to get judged off by the all NBA selections. Because see, like Dirk and shit, they got Dirk over them. But he had a long prime and shit, you know. He had the most dominant peak.
Yeah, I agree, man. Go, Mike, you sleep, man.
Hell no, I'm right here.
What you think about all that though for us how we should look at the all time great players and how should we measure them?
The way I was trying to put it is kind of confusing, low key. What y'all saying, low key
Like
confusing.
they do it. I I'm gonna break it all the way down again. Like really go my what I was saying earlier. Like we always can't use stats as a way to measure who's a greater player, who's better than the next. Because at the end of the day, I think if Jokic keep playing at the level he's playing, I think his numbers gonna be end up better than Akeem Olajuwon. But would you consider Jokic a better player than Akeem, even though his overall stats gonna say overall numbers gonna say that he
He
had
got to
better numbers than
prove it.
Akeem?
He got to prove it. He got to win this shit. You feel me? He got to prove it. If he can prove it, shit, he can. Shit, if he can win this shit, he can.
Yeah, but it's certain shit with stats all the time. We just can't go strictly off the numbers because the errors were so different. The rules were so different in some errors. It's like a football, like a football. It's offensive driven league, just like the NBA. Different, especially when it comes to the all-time greats with it. We got to look at it kind of different, and we got to do. I think we got to do it year by year. And the analytics, how they like of all this analytic bullshit now. Analytics itself will tell you whether in those years, in those players' best years, or year by year, how they measured against each other. You can fuck around and find out who's measurable to each other or not, or you can find out like, damn, this nigga, this nigga actually was better than what I actually thought compared to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you was to compare. Let's just say nigga want to compare Gary Payton, who's a to Dame Lillard or something, man. For some reason, analytically, Gary Payton actually up the par with Dame. So now motherfuckers may view Dame a little bit different because Gary Payton in a whole different era, his numbers analytically stack up against with Dame. So that's what I mean by like we gotta do. You'll have to do a lot of extensive research to really try to separate these players or who really better than the next. Now, when it comes to the all-time greats like a LeBron or Jordan, all them, we know they really separated from most of these niggas. So really, it ain't too many niggas you can compare to those players. But if we compare them amongst each other, that's when we'll have to literally break shit all the
Hey,
way down.
Michael, LeBron, Kareem, and Kobe.
But you got others you got to throw in there. You got Larry and Magic. Like those guys are classes in their own. And Kevin Durant, if he do what he's supposed to do, he'll be up there to the point where that they we can only measure those guys with them only. And then you'll have to consider shit to compare. Like Larry Bird in his best years, his numbers really identical to LeBron James. They're really identical. If you was to take LeBron's best years, they exactly identical.
What's the name? Herm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, your homeboy put up in the chat, bro.
Who?
The D League reject.
Who's a G League reject?
The Black Skip Bayless.
Oh man,
AKA Ticket TV.
hey, that's my brother, man. Hey, he a good nigga. He a good nigga. I don't know why folks feel the way about certain shit, but he a good nigga. A real nigga to me. He a real nigga to me. He just got his views and shit. Either you gotta respect that shit and let him have his views, or what? The nigga play basketball at a high level, whether he made it to the NBA or not. The nigga played the basketball at a high level. Niggas can't take that away from him because a lot of niggas want to even make it where he made it. Basketball, it's small. It's not a lot of spots. It's a lot of cold motherfuckers out there. And it ain't that many spots, so even the real good motherfuckers might not make rosters. So niggas gotta put that shit in perspective. You want to diss him? At least he had an opportunity. Most motherfuckers can't even say they had an opportunity. So that's how I view it when niggas want to call a nigga a reject. He had the opportunity. Did your ass have the opportunity to do it? That's why I ask a motherfucker.
I think I can cross up Ticket.
But in all actuality, you supposed to think you can cross up anybody, nigga. You supposed to think if Jay Reed get in front of you, you supposed to think you can cross over Jay Reed. I bet not ever hear a nigga doubt themselves when it come to hooping against another motherfucker. You supposed to say, nigga, I'ma bust your ass, even if your ass do get bust. No homo. You supposed to think you can whoop anybody's ass on that court.
Hey, you know what? What if I played Tiki and I dunked on him?
Shit, you ass shit to talk about, nigga. Hey, you can talk your shit if you did that. If you did that, you can talk your shit, and nobody ain't gonna be able to say shit to you.
Shit, that would be crazy, low key. That would get crazy. People like, what? You call him Tiki and dunked on him? What? Niggas be going crazy. Goat Mike the fucking goat. Somebody said who had Ticket TV? I don't know. A real life hacker.
This shit a dirty game out there, boy. Them scammers they on it 24/7.
That shit can happen to anybody, y'all.
Hey, that's why I don't like what a nigga gotta do. Niggas gotta get smart. Shit, you got anything linked to that motherfucker? Take it on out when you know something coming. When you know you trying to make a play on cash out. So when you make your play, take your shit off that motherfucker. Don't keep it on there. You just whenever you I never let shit cash out.
Hold on. I'm gonna click the link that Grid Ranger keep posting.
Yeah, I wonder who did. And that's a fact, bad style. That's what a lot of people gotta look at, man.
Henry, you gonna be up?
Yeah, I'm gonna be up.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this live stream down, and I'm gonna open up a brand new live stream in about 2 seconds.
I bet.
So make sure you SFM hop right back in. It's gonna be real quick.
Bet.